Hi there. In this video, we're going to be talking about subtracting integers. Now, if we recall, an integer is simply just a counting number, 0, and their opposites. Okay, so again, let's draw a number line real quick to show what these are. So I put 0 in the middle whenever I'm doing this. And then I want to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then I go to the left, and that's my negative side. Okay, and that's going to be -1, -2, -3, -4, and -5. Remember that the positive side is to the right, negative side is to the left. So right, positive, left, negative. We're going to use this idea here to do the remainder of our problems in this section. All right, but let's first talk about some vocabulary. And the first thing I want to talk about is subtracting a negative. So I want to think of the word opposite, okay? So when I think of the word opposite, what I'm dealing with is this concept of subtracting a negative. So let's think about this. The opposite of -3 would be 3. All right, the opposite of 5 would be -5. All right, so let's think about this. When I use a negative symbol, I'm really saying the word opposite, okay? So let's think about it like this. Let's say that I have, let's look at an example of, say, 3 minus -2. Okay, and if I do this, what I'm really saying here is I'm taking the opposite of -2. And that's going to give me 3 plus 2. So when you subtract a negative, you're really just adding. Okay, and that's the big thing that we're trying to teach you here in this section. Now to go back on this example here, to do 3 minus -2. Now, we should all be able to do 3 plus 2. But again, let's draw a number line. And let's do the math using a number line. And again, what I'm doing is I'm taking my first number, which is 3. All right, and I'm going to start at 0 and count over 3. 1, 2, 3. The next number that I have is adding 2, positive 2. So because this number is positive, all right, what I'm going to do is I'm going to add 2 to that. And I'm going to arrive at a value of 5, okay? And that's going to be my answer is 5, okay? And on my next example, I've got the number -4 minus a -3, okay? And so on something like this, the first thing that I want to do is change this. When I'm subtracting a negative, remember that I'm simply just adding. So I'm going to rewrite this as -4 plus 3. This is going to be my first step, and it's always going to be my first step when I see something like this. The next thing I want to do is I could rewrite this a number of ways. All right, remember in the last section when we added integers, okay, I could rewrite this as 3 plus -4, or I could even write it as 3 minus 4. Okay, it doesn't matter, but in any case, I'm going to use a number line to show this. And so when I'm doing this problem, and I'm going to use this example here, okay, -4 plus 3. My first thing that I'm going to do is I have a -4. All right, so remember, left is negative, right is positive. So because I have a -4, I'm going to start at 0, and I'm going to count over 4 to the left. So start here and go 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, the next number I have is a positive 3. So I'm going to move to the right 3 units because it's positive. 1, 2, 3, and I arrive at -1, okay? And that's my answer. On my final example, I've got -2 minus -3 minus -5. So remember, when you're subtracting a negative, so I've got that here and here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to change those to positives. So I'm going to do -2 plus 3 plus 5. Okay, and if you're really good at this and you can do this in your head, and you don't need to use a number line, that's fine, but I'm going to use a number line to show you how I'm doing this. All right, so my first number is a -2. All right, so I'm going to start at 0, and I'm going to move 2 units to the left because it's negative. Remember, left is negative, right is positive. So I'm going to go over 1, 2. And then my next number is positive 3. All right, so I'm going to move 3 units to the right. So 1, 2, 3. And then my next number, because I've got 3 numbers here, is a 5. So positive 5. So I'm going to move 5 units to the right. From there, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I end up at 6. All right, so you can do this however you want. As long as you get the right answer, guys, it's all I care about. But remember that the number line is a fail-safe way to do all of these problems. Hope you enjoyed this video, and we'll talk to you guys soon. Thanks. Bye.